So you want to wake up early, but your previous attempts have failed or just been inconsistent and not really what you desired. Or maybe you just don't know what to do to make this habit stick. Well, stick with me because I am going to walk you through my steps to successfully waking up at 5 a.m. every day. Now, if you've seen any of my other 5 a.m. wake up videos that's in this video series, there is going to be some overlap, but the information in each video is contributing to how to actually wake up early and make that habit stick. So, number one, getting cozy with your why. Why do you even want to wake up early, 5 a.m., whatever time it is? Because if you don't really have a good idea on why, your brain isn't going to register the need for change. You're just going to hit that snooze button, stay in that deliciously warm spot, and it's just not going to click in there to do anything different than you're already doing. So I wake up at 5 a.m. because I have two small children, and a husband, and a job, and coaching, and animals, and lots of other things that fill my life with mandatory needs every day. And I need consistent time to just do things that are interesting to me. Right now, in my season of life and with my energy, like I am more active in the morning anyways. I have more energy in the mornings. So for me, squeezing it in at 5 a.m., like even if it seems like really obscene, that's when I do me things. So for me, it just helps me be a better mom, wife, person in general because I'm starting my day with things that are for me. In general, it's usually the time frame where I am not having to be reactive to anybody else or anything else that's coming in my day. Work hasn't started, the kids aren't awake, the animals aren't requiring care, like things along those lines. It's just 60 to 90 minutes of like pure silence in my house. And so I am trying my best to take advantage of that. Number two, prep the night before. Yeah, it's not entirely intuitive. I can agree with that. But I want you to pull out your phone and do two things. So I want you to set an alarm for 4:55 a.m. because you want to give yourself a little 5-minute buffer to get your butt out of bed at 5. And number two, you're going to set an alarm for 7 p.m., anywhere between 7 to 8 p.m. at night. And that's going to be your time frame where you are pulling together the things that you need to execute easily the next morning. So what does that look like? It looks like getting your vitamins out, getting your coffee prepped, having your exercise clothes, having your water bottle filled. It means having anything that you need for what you want to do in the morning time set up and ready to go so that when your alarm goes off, you're groggy and you're trying to like make this habit stick. You just roll right into the things that you want to do. But this also ties into point number one, which is like, why do you want to get up early? So if you don't necessarily have clarity on why you're waking up early and you're just awake, wandering around your house at 5 a.m., that's not helpful for you either because there's just no point to it. So have a plan for what you're going to be doing when you wake up. Prep those things the night before. Number three, go to bed early. If that wasn't quite self-evident, if you're going to be waking up early, you got to go to bed earlier as well. And I'm not saying at all get less sleep because you need 7 to 8 hours each night. So for me, my evening routine starts at 7 p.m. at night. So 7 p.m., my alarm goes off. I prep all of my things. That takes about 15 minutes. And then I get my kids going on their bedtime routine. So that looks like shower, book reading, PJs, all that normal stuff. And truly by 8 p.m., they're in bed and I'm ready to go to sleep. And I tend to look at it truly as a trade off. So for me, my energy levels are higher in the morning. If I'm staying up past 9 o'clock at night, like I'm either watching TV or scrolling on the gram or doing something that like really isn't actually contributing to the things that I want to do for myself. I'm just kind of being a little bit mindless. So for me, it's a good trade off that I go to bed earlier and wake up earlier because I do more of what I want to actually be doing in the morning anyways. So now that we've covered some mindset pieces around this, let's dig into some additional tactical. Number four, when you go to bed, you are going to rehome your phone outside of your yes. You are going to put it where you cannot actually reach and grab it. It is going to be somewhere else in your room. It's going to be in a place where you have to get out of your bed to go turn that alarm off. I know that feels difficult in itself, but I promise, especially when you're trying to get this habit in place, that is going to be one of the tips that will help make this thing happen for you. Now, here's a pro tip around this. I spent a little of my money, dollar bucks, as they say on Bluey, and I purchased some very pleasant alarm ringtones. Now, I'm going to make a general suggestion that you focus on songs that ease you out of your sleep instead of like create this jarring effect where you just are being like pulled out of your dream state when you hear an alarm go off. I have two songs that I tend to use depending upon what I'm feeling. It's the instrumental version of Caravan by Rachel Portman from the movie Chocolat. Save your judgment, okay? It's a very pleasant song to wake up to. And I'm Your Man by Michael Bublé. Now, you could try one of my two corny songs that worked for me, or you can find your own version. That's up to you. But the goal is to make it pleasant to wake up to. Now, number 5, as you start building this routine, again, this kind of ties into one of my earlier points, write down what you want to be doing when you wake up at 5 a.m. and write it down systematically so that in your groggy state, you can say 1, wake up, drink water. 2, turn on coffee machine. 3, make coffee. 4, have granola. Whatever your system and routine is going to be, especially again in the beginning, you want to lay it out and make it super simple for yourself. Now, with that being said, you can write down your ideal routine and you can try to make that all work with the time frame that you have. We have another video about how to set up that ideal routine realistically, given your season and situation of life. And that will be linked in the description. But do not overload yourself. Be realistic with how much time things actually take and adjust as you go. Now, with all of this, any habit is going to take time to integrate. So give yourself grace and patience here. And don't be discouraged if it's not happening as quickly as you would like. Change takes time, and I promise you, your change is coming. Now, I want to hear from you. Are these tips working for you? Do you have other obstacles? Are there other issues that you're just finding are cropping up as you are trying to make this habit stick? Put it in the comments, or you can send me a note. I'm on the internets at heymamacoaching.com. My handle's at heymamacoaching. So let me know because I would love to hear. Until next time, bye, Mama.